I came home early to propose, but caught my pregnant girlfriend cheating in our bed, face screaming in fear, broken heart. He gave her everything. His time, his loyalty, his heart, and even a ring. But when he came home early from a business trip to finally propose, I came home early to propose, but she was in bed with another man while pregnant with my child. I've been with my girlfriend for nearly 8 years. Almost a decade of memories, laughs, arguments, and emotional roller coasters. We met in our early 20s, just two people figuring out life together. She was everything I had ever wanted, kind, affectionate, funny, and fiercely loyal. Or so I thought. From the very beginning, our relationship was far from perfect. Not because of lack of love, but because of circumstance. My job requires frequent business trips abroad. I'm a logistics coordinator for an international company, and sometimes I can be gone for a week, sometimes 2. It's part of the deal. She knew that from day one, and at first, she was understanding. Supportive, even. But over time, something changed. She started to get paranoid. I chalked it up to her past. She'd told me early on that she'd been cheated on in a previous relationship, and it had shattered her self-esteem. I never blamed her for feeling insecure. I did everything I could to earn and keep her trust. I would text her the moment I landed in a new country, send her pictures of my hotel room, of my meals, even random buildings just to prove where I was. I never went out drinking with coworkers, never hung out with anyone after hours unless it was a business dinner, and even then, I'd call her the second I was free. I never gave her a reason to doubt me. And still, she did. When we found out she was pregnant, I was shocked at first, but then I felt something else, hope. Maybe this would be the turning point in our lives. A fresh chapter. Something that would bring us even closer together. And for a while, it seemed like it did. We started picking out baby names, watching parenting videos on YouTube, and even looking at new apartments with more space. But then the paranoia returned, worse than ever. She would blow up my phone with texts if I didn't answer in under a minute. Once, I woke up in a different time zone to 37 missed calls and over 100 texts from her. I panicked, thinking something had happened to the baby, only to hear her sobbing because she thought I was ignoring her on purpose. I'd explain, reassure, comfort her. But every reassurance only seemed to temporarily put a band-aid on a wound that never healed. It started to wear me down. Emotionally, mentally, even physically. I stopped sleeping properly. I felt like I had to prove my loyalty every single day, like I was constantly on trial. And yet, I stayed. Because I loved her. Because she was carrying our child. Because I believed that love meant sticking through the hard times. Last Tuesday, I flew home a day early from a business trip in Germany. She had no idea I was coming. I wanted to surprise her. I had it all planned, a huge bouquet of her favorite lilies, movie tickets to a film she'd been dying to see for months, and a ring. I had been holding onto that engagement ring for nearly 6 months, waiting for the right moment. Despite everything, I still wanted to marry her. I still believed that we could build a life together. That if I just proved myself one last time, maybe she'd finally trust me. When I pulled into the driveway, I noticed a silver SUV parked outside our house. I didn't recognize it, but I didn't think much of it. I figured it was one of her friends, maybe Jess, her childhood bestie, who'd just gotten her license a few months ago. The house looked normal from the outside. Lights on. Curtains drawn. Nothing suspicious. But the second I stepped through the front door, I knew something was wrong. There was loud music playing from upstairs, from our bedroom. Strange, because she hated loud noises, especially during pregnancy. I called out her name. No answer. Just the pulsing beat of music and what sounded like laughter. I took the stairs two at a time. My heart was racing. I wasn't sure why. I wasn't thinking logically. My hands were sweating, gripping the flowers and ring box so tight I nearly crushed them. When I opened the bedroom door, my entire world shattered. There she was, the woman I was about to propose to, the mother of my unborn child, in bed with another man. A stranger. Someone I had never seen in my life. And they weren't just in bed, they were in the middle of it. I froze. For a full 5 seconds, I just stood there. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. My body felt numb, but my mind was screaming. She saw me, screamed my name, and scrambled to cover herself. The guy, this complete stranger, jumped out of bed and grabbed his clothes, stammering some pathetic apology before fleeing the house barefoot. I don't remember exactly what happened next. It was all a blur. I dropped the flowers. I think I crushed the ring box in my fist. I remember shouting. I remember her shouting back. She accused me of being distant, of never being around. Said that I was the one who abandoned her. That she needed comfort and didn't know how else to cope. She even had the audacity to say she thought I was cheating, as if that justified what I'd just seen. I reminded her of all the times I texted her, called her, reassured her. All the times I brought her gifts after trips, took her out on dates even when I was exhausted. I gave her my passwords, my time, my loyalty. And this is how she repaid me? I didn't hit her. I didn't threaten her. But I was furious. I was betrayed. I snapped. I walked to the closet, grabbed her suitcase, and started packing all her things. She screamed at me to stop, sobbing, begging, cursing. But I didn't. I opened the front door and threw her things out into the rainy street, piece by piece. Her clothes, her shoes, her makeup bag. All of it. She screamed louder. Called me heartless. Said I was overreacting. That it was a mistake. But I was done. I looked her in the eye and told her to get out. That the locks would be changed by morning. That I didn't want to see her again. She stood in the rain, barefoot, sobbing, holding her stomach. And for one brief moment, I hesitated. I looked at her and thought, she's still the mother of my child. But then I remembered what I saw. What she chose to do. I slammed the door shut. For the next 2 weeks, I didn't leave the house. I called off work citing a family emergency. I didn't talk to anyone. I just sat in silence, staring at the ring that I never got to give her. My family thinks I was harsh. Her friends have messaged me, calling me cruel for throwing out a pregnant woman. But none of them were there. None of them saw what I saw. None of them know what it's like to give everything to someone and still not be enough. So now I'm alone. Still angry. Still heartbroken. Still trying to make sense of it all. But I know one thing for certain, I didn't deserve that. And no matter how much it hurts, I won't take her back. Not now. Not ever.